Hello, I'm Davia Chambers, and today we're in Bacalet at a villa called Casa de la Mar. It means house by the sea, and it is pretty close to the ocean. We'll show you later in our program. And as always, we've got what's happening in Tobago. Take a look at what's to come. A new study shows what's causing the traffic problems in Scarborough. Hunting season is officially open and celebrating the International Day of the Girl. These stories and more when Let's Talk Tobago continues.
The Tobago House of Assembly has a plan, the Comprehensive Economic Development Plan, CEDP, and it is for all of us. Are you ready to benefit from higher levels of development in Tobago and a higher standard of living?
We ready!
The priority areas are branding Tobago, clean, green, safe and serene. Business development and entrepreneurship.
Are you ready?
Human capital development.
I'm ready.
Social development and resilience.
I'm ready.
Improved infrastructure and utilities. Enhanced safety and security.
I'm ready.
Environmental sustainability. Tourism.
Are you ready?
Marine resources and forestry.
Are you ready?
Good governance and institutional reform.
The CEDP is ready. Join us and get on board.
Let's travel the island, straight back to my land, even to Thailand. Anyway,
Hello again. Our location today, Casa de la Mar, was originally built as a retirement home, but it's now open to you. And the current owners, Francis and Monica Mungal, are usually on site to better cater to the needs of their guests. We can no longer say we don't know for sure. A study has been conducted on the traffic patterns in our capital city. Here's what a few of the experts are saying.
These traffic lights are technically flawed and outdated, and are one of the causes of traffic congestion on the island. You might be saying, we know that. But after a professional survey and traffic study commissioned by the Division of Infrastructure and Public Utilities, the policymakers now have evidence that the issues are real and got solutions to the key problems causing traffic on the island.
The main lines, essentially the cycle lengths being too long, so 270 seconds. Typically, the average human being does not like to wait longer than about 50 to 55 seconds at a signalized intersection. So having to wait anything upwards of 80 seconds into 270 seconds is really frustrating for drivers. So with minor adjustments, first of all, reducing the amount of time it takes to get from one red light to the other red light on the same signal phase.
60 to 70% of the traffic problems Tobago faces are here in Lower Scarborough. Illegal parking, illegal maneuvers by hire and private drivers, a lack of public transit, and pedestrian crossing. So what can the division do?
If possible, that we can make a connection from the north side connector road to Castries Road that would allow vehicles to bypass Lower Scarborough, get onto the Bacalet Extension Road, is it? Yes. And exit. And likewise, vehicles coming down from the north, desiring to go beyond Lower Scarborough, to actually bypass Carrington Street through the Northside Connector Road. Rather than entering the port from on the western side, we are suggesting that vehicles enter the port from the right side and exit at the left, so that at the exit, vehicles are distributed beyond the Wilson Road intersection.
And there are also long-term recommendations which involve instituting policies for transit zoning and incentive parking.
The recommendations of both surveys will be examined to develop policies as the Division of Infrastructure and Public Utilities charts a way forward.
The Scarborough traffic study came at an investment of $300,000.
I'm Davia Chambers at the simply elegant Casa de la Mar. This property offers 4 bedrooms, including a master suite with a view of the beach and a courtyard. Now on to the latest from Scarborough General Hospital. They have a new imaging center which is up, open and ready to receive patients.
Patients will need to get a detailed image of their internal body structure, whether it be for multiple sclerosis, joint disorders, neurological disorders, sports injuries, bone disorders or trauma. Whatever the medical condition is, they no longer have to travel to Trinidad to get this done. The Scarborough General Hospital now has a medical resonance image catheterization lab, or simply a MRI cath lab, which uses magnetic fields and radio waves to produce detailed three-dimensional pictures of your internal body.
We now have the equipments available in Tobago, and the MRI is operational. So we are able to negate patients going to Trinidad for MRI. For years, we have been sending over 100 patients to Trinidad on an annual basis for MRI scanning.
Although patients can be monitored using a CAT scan or ultrasound, Dr. Duke says the MRI is important because it's able to see the body in a very definitive and sophisticated manner, unlike the other scanning options. The MRI scan can produce a detailed image of the brain, heart, and the nerves in the spinal cord. It can assist in diagnosing or further assess medical conditions affecting the brain and nervous system, like epilepsy. Now, patients at Scarborough General Hospital can get their scans done in as little time as 1 week's time.
So far, the feedback has been favorable because the turnaround time and the reporting time. Previously, one would have to wait at least 2 months to get your report back in Trinidad, or 2 months to actually get access to the MRI machines in Trinidad. Now you're able to get access to the MRI machine within 1 week, and you're able to get your report within the same week.
The MRI cath lab was established in July of this year and has helped a number of patients on a daily basis.
We've done approximately 30 exams, and now we're really starting to pick up, and we look forward to doing much more. We're gonna work really hard for the people of Tobago.
The MRI cath lab is a project of the Ministry of Health and is operated by the Tobago Regional Health Authority. The Assembly supports this initiative since it benefits the people of Tobago. I'm Keyshawn Wilson for Let's Talk Tobago.
Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. Motivational quotes like this one are written throughout the villa to boost the spirit of the guests. Also getting a boost are the meat markets. While it comes with some opposition, hunters and farmers alike are back in the production of wild meat for your consumption.
The iguana loves leafy vegetables such as pak choy and lettuce, while the agouti prefers the root crops and pumpkin. These may be their food for survival, but when they seek them out, they become pests to farmers who plant these crops. So during the 2-year ban on hunting of wild animals like the agouti and iguana, many farmers incurred financial losses, with some of them giving up this way of life. But with the hunting season officially open, it means they can do something about protecting their livelihood in a legitimate manner.
Now that the ban has been lifted and the farmers now have can hunt these animals legally, they can now utilize their firearms to get rid of some of those animals and therefore protect their crops.
And now that the ban has lifted, it's hoped this will translate into more local provisions being sold by the farmers in the marketplace.
I think farmers would be very relieved, and I think they may be able to up their production, and that will have impact on the amount of crops being planted, the amount of crops being sold on the market, and so on. Obviously, the production levels will increase, and therefore you're going to have more local produce on the market.
Mr. Neptune understands the concerns of environmentalists, but he says there must be a balance.
It's true we need to protect these animals, but at the same time, protect them from being extinct, but at the same time, we need to increase our agricultural production. And therefore, there must be a balancing act in terms of how many of these animals are hunted and affect the destruction they have on our agriculture.
The Division of Agriculture, Marine Affairs, Marketing and the Environment held meetings with the farmers regarding the negative effects they experienced during the hunting moratorium. But there's a conservation aspect. Wildlife farming workshops and a national wildlife survey were done to collect data on the number of wild animals on the island and to encourage greater environmental preservation. I'm Umadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
The Scarborough RC Primary School is long overdue. But overdue for what? We'll tell you when we return from these messages. We'll be right back.
Hey, why don't you step into the Scarborough Library facility? It has all the knowledge of our land, people and heritage that you just won't find online. The Scarborough Library facility is now open. Tobago Library Services. Information inspires innovation.
Sunny, modern, and like home, I'm sure you'll be eating in during some of your time at this guest home. Our next feature is about putting your money to good use for the sake of our children. This means someone's getting a new school. Is it you? Take a look.
Just one of the extracurricular activities that the Scarborough RC Primary School children do. Besides this, the school has a reputation for excellent academic results. It's also a school that's on the books for a new building, which can facilitate all that's done at the institution, which is over 65 years old.
I know that the entire school community, all the stakeholders would be pretty, happy to hear that finally there's the money available. But I'm an optimist, yes, and I look forward to that. But I would really like to see the actual, starting of the project, right? That physical construction, right? As soon as is possible. So I think it's really good news for all of us.
The principal of the school advocates the building of the new school since it will be able to adequately house the 500+ student population, something that's not possible with their current facilities.
There's the issue of space. All the literature today in terms of education, school design, and organizational design would indicate to you that an institution of this size within this physical space, we would do well, if I may say so myself, to keep the accidents from happening.
The Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sport is working closely with the school and its Board of Management to ensure that the new school is constructed and maintained, a move that will help the staff improve the academic performance of the pupils.
With that kind of emphasis on a whole program, a whole child, and not teaching the curriculum but teaching the child, we know that a new environment, new furniture, modern designed furniture, and so the space will really assist in terms of enhancing the benefits of the program that we do, and the children are the ones who of course will benefit.
The allotted site for the new school is at Smith Field. It's hoped that with the release of funds from the THA for the 2015-2016 fiscal year, construction will start soon. I'm Omodara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Casa de la Mar has quite a view from the balcony. You could watch the kids in the pool and take in the ocean view and the lush vegetation with your morning coffee. Now, time to travel. All aboard. Next up, the wonderful world of dashing. We've got all the ins and outs on the Blue Food Festival in this next report.
The Tobago Blue Food Festival is a celebration of food from the Tobagonian perspective, showcasing the dasheen. This is why one of the pre-activities to the event is My Blue Food Contest. Marketing Officer for the event, Sheena Devine, says the online contest is to highlight the variety of menus created from this particular ground provision. Since the showcase in Trinidad, many Trinidadians are looking forward to tasting a wider variety of products at the festival. A major concern, getting to the venue.
Patrons can park at Market Square Car Park, where shuttle services will depart at 9 a.m., 10:30 a.m. and 12 noon. This service, provided by the Public Transportation Service Corporation, the PTSC, will leave Bloody Bay at 6 p.m., 7:30 p.m. and 9 p.m. Small maxi taxis will depart the Sid Gray Stadium Car Park from 9:30 a.m. and return from Bloody Bay at 4:30 p.m.
For those who choose to drive to Bloody Bay, temporary traffic restrictions are in place in an effort to reduce traffic congestion during the event.
Parking is prohibited on the North Side Road from the junction of Bloody Bay Road to the junction of Lance for Me Link Road. However, parking is permitted on one side of the road in the following areas: on the western side of Bloody Bay Road, on the western side of the Lance Fummy Link Road, and on the western side of the North Side Road from the 28.5 kilometer mark. That is in the vicinity of Parnell Carrington's property. Patrons can park on the western side of the road leading to the Bloody Bay Beach facility. The traffic restrictions will be effective from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
The Tobago Blue Food Festival takes place on October 18th at Bloody Bay Recreation Grounds, and it starts at 10 a.m. From the Division of Tourism and Transportation, I'm Juliet James reporting for Let's Talk Tobago.
These recliner chairs take comfort to a whole new level. Come, lay back and enjoy the peace at Casa de la Mar. Now, there's a duet song from the 1940s where the girl says to the guy, "Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you." But the reality is, many girls don't get to try to prove those lyrics. So Tobago joins the world in bringing attention to the lack of access for girls.
So when you're a girl, some girls are smarter than boys, and when these girls are smarter than boys, you could actually go further than boys in life.
A 5-minute video presentation highlighting the perspectives of girls in Tobago is just one of the activities by the Tobago Library facility as they joined with the world to commemorate the importance of ensuring that girls everywhere are given the same chances as boys.
Girls are not given an equal opportunity everywhere in the world, that there are still instances where girls and women are discriminated against, and so it's an effort to create that awareness and to ensure that we all insist that that happens and happens soon.
The theme for this year's celebration is The Power of the Adolescent Girl, Vision for 2030. It seeks to address the importance of girls empowering themselves, and in Tobago, girls are appreciating that their challenges are highlighted.
It helps girls to understand how important they are and how valuable they are to society. Like, certain countries don't give women the rights that they should have, so I think that a day like this can show women that they can be so much more than what society tells them.
The other library activities are 2 Girl Talk sessions themed I'm Glad I'm a Girl, live video streaming of the United Nations Day of Girls Summit entitled Speak Out, and the commemorative hand-stamping ceremony onto a Her Story board.
Part of the public library's mandate to acknowledge international and as well as local events and to bring information and awareness to our community and to ensure that persons, are fully involved in activities or issues that relate to us as human beings.
The Tobago Library Services comes under the Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sport, whose objective is to provide both boys and girls with the same opportunities to be their best and help contribute to the island's growth.
I am strong, I'm invincible, I am woman.
I'm Umadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
What do you do when your school needs a new cafeteria? Well, you take action. We've got details when Let's Talk Tobago returns. Welcome back. I'm Davia Chambers. Now, what's a villa really without palm trees in the backyard to help control the sun and sway the breeze? And while I have you wanting more, in our next story, more is best. More creativity, determination, and everyone pulling together gets you what you want. Ask Bishop's High.
The students of Bishop's High School trying to get a quick snack, some breakfast at the school's cafeteria during their 15-minute break. But with a student population of over 700 and the small cafeteria, it's almost impossible to effectively serve all of them before it's back to class. So getting a new cafeteria is on the agenda for the school and alumni. But they did not simply want a handout. For the past 2 years, through the collaborative efforts among the Bishop's staff, students, alumni, and the Sherwin-Winchester Limited, the school was able to put on 2 carnival fundraising parties dubbed Tobago Love.
That, as you see here, people can't sit at a table and eat, so we don't have those kinds of graces being developed. It's a almost undignified circumstance. So we thought it was a very valuable project and felt that as a fundraising venture, the Carnival all-inclusive would certainly help to do both things. One, to provide that kind of social arrangement during the Carnival period, and also to provide some element of the funding.
Seeing the efforts put forward by the school and its alumni, the Division of Community Development and Culture donated a check to facilitate the direct construction of the new cafeteria, a space that will serve several functions.
Our students will have seating accommodation where our canteen staff will have sufficient space to do the kinds of preparations to prepare more healthy meals for students. And it will also be multifunctional because the seating area, once we have the tables and so on there, we can engage students in workshops, in group work and different kinds of things.
And with the improved health and safety of the canteen, it will translate into a better learning environment for the children.
We want our children to feel healthy, to feel good, to feel relaxed and ready for their lesson. Their health is important, extremely important. So we want to be able to provide better meals, as we said. So we know that having the better facilities will contribute positively to the students' not just health, but readiness to learn.
Demolition of the old Trotman building and the construction of the foundation for the cafeteria is planned to be done in time for the school's 2016 fundraising carnival event to be held in January. I'm Umadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
A pool is fun, and if you seek something else, I have good news for you. Behind this black gate lies a track which leads to Ministers Bay. Now, do you know Ministers Bay? There's so much to know about this island. History is an investigation into the whole past. Tobago has a rich and multi-layered legacy, and oftentimes only the popular stories are told. What about the ones least remembered? There's an author who's making sure we don't forget.
There's a new book in Tobago, written by one of our very own, that'll help you understand where you came from. It's called An Analytical History of Tobago, and it puts this island's story into perspective. It references conflicts and how these led to the many times Tobago changed hands among the leading players in Europe.
I thought I would then read up on everything that was available on Tobago. That is what drove me to write. I found work on Tobago, the work of Henry Iles Woodcock, 1867. I found a chapter by Eric Williams. I was aware that Needry was writing a book. I found Carlton Ortley's book. But beside that, there were so many other fragments of facts about Tobago in many other sources that I thought I will pull them together.
The book places focus on Tobago as a slave colony, a sugar producer, and a haven for pirates, especially during the period between 1680 and 1764, a piece of history the author feels has been generally overlooked by many others.
It justifies or tries to justify why certain incidents occurred. The second thing, and this is subjective, in that there are 3 areas of social science, or science on the whole, that need to be looked at seriously. One, it is the psychology, the economics, and the politics. Those 3 topics really drive society. And when we look at Tobago and when we look at history in general, most of the time it is the political treatment that is really given.
The book is currently available at the Scarborough Library and can be bought online on Amazon. Mr. O'Neill hopes that an analytical history of Tobago sparks discussion among the readers about Tobago's future development. An ebook is currently being worked on. I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
That home away from home feeling gets even better. Casa de Mar has a kitchen garden and fruit trees. If you like, going to the market could mean walking right into the backyard. It's never too early to think about a profession for yourself. Have you considered the military? We want you to make a difference in your and someone else's life, was likely the message at hand when the Defense Force met with school children.
Inspiring our youth to learn about and possibly take up a career in any of the 4 branches of the Defense Force of Trinidad and Tobago. That's what this second annual Commanding-in-Chief Career Fair is about. It's an event that's helping children make positive job choices that can build a better society.
The career I would probably like in the military is to be a medic, because I like to help people.
Hundreds of children from over 50 primary and secondary schools visited the fair. Many of the students appreciated the experience since it allowed them to get a better idea of what it takes to be in the military.
The importance that the military has on the development of the young people, they are here to protect and serve, and they will also guide us as young people. And today in the fair, they actually motivated some of us to become a member of the military service. I enjoyed the presentation made by the Air Guard because this is a field that I would like to go into.
This event is an initiative of President Anthony Carmona, who wanted the island's youths to understand that the Defense Force has viable job options that they can become a part of.
It's not just men running around with weapons, but we have careers in the Defense Force, and it is a proven alternative to life. He wants young people, and we want young people to make affirmative choices, right? It's just trying to play our part in directing young people as to where's the best way to go, as opposed to a negative life.
The 2-day exhibition is supported by the Division of Education, Youth Affairs and Sport, since it's a way for children to become better-rounded, disciplined citizens. I'm Omodara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
It's time now for Have Your Say, our segment where we speak to you or your neighbor about what matters in Tobago. Now, we've been getting good rain, but it comes at a cost to some. So tell us, what have you done to protect your homes during this period of bad weather?
What I am trying to do is at least buy flashlights, make sure and put my important documents into plastic bags or so forth that could be able to protect them.
Organize all the food supplies like water, batteries, all them kind of things. Make sure you're really working.
Food stuff and trying to prepare my house.
Make sure you secure your water supply, make sure your roof and everything all right. Make sure you have batteries and them kind of things. So, you know, you make sure all the drainage around the area clean and all kind of thing like that, you know.
Our window sills are properly secure, our entrances to our door are properly secure.
Ensure that you have the right gutterings and the right drainage around your homes to avoid any land slippages.
That's all for this edition of Let's Talk Tobago. Please email your comments or queries on anything you've seen in this program or visit our website at www.tha.gov.tt. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Davia Chambers on behalf of all of us at the Department of Information. See you next time from a location somewhere near you. Have a safe and productive week.